What's some of the important things that you like to tell your daughters, as advice from living in this world? What's some things that you tell them?
I exactly that. Believe in yourself. Like things are gonna be scary regardless, but you have to believe in the fact that you can do it. Um, I always tell them they're smart and to not let anybody bring them down. Because sometimes people tell you certain things constantly, you're gonna believe in that. So I have to tell them constantly that believe in yourself. You're smart. You can do this.
Hmm.
And to not to just try. Like you're gonna fail. If you're gonna fail, you're gonna fail. But just try again. Like Aaliyah said, dust yourself up and try again.
Okay.
So I just that's pretty much what I tell them all the time. To just try. What are you gonna lose? If you're gonna mess up, oh well, try it again.
Got
Or
you.
and same thing, and it's in like in every situation. Sometimes we're doing arts and crafts, and no, it's gonna look ugly, and I'm like, just try. Or with food, I don't want to eat that. It's nasty. Try it. If you don't like it, okay, then don't eat it. But if you're
Simple.
never gonna know,
If you don't try.
yeah, and that same thing with like life. You're never gonna know if you can or if you can't if you don't try. So I'm always just like, just do it, try, and like believe in yourself. Always believe in yourself. Because I'm like, you could accomplish anything you want. I'm like, it might take a little while sometimes,
Hmm.
but you can do it.
Yeah, you never
So,
know. That's what I think is amazing about human beings is like, you never know what could be done. And then I always realize that seeing what other people do, kind of like, okay, yeah, I could do amazing things because look what they've done before,
yeah,
you know. And you said you have like a 15-year-old.
yeah.
Is she boy crazy yet?
Ugh. Yes, that's like my issue. I'm like, ugh, okay, it's okay to be boy crazy. I get it, but focus, like there's so much more than boys. Focus on the things that you like to do as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know growing up like in a Hispanic culture and at least I mean for not me too much, but my parents and their grandparents and like how cultures and everything, it's like, oh, you're just born to get married and have children type of thing. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
no, it doesn't have to be that way. It nowadays you can still be married and do that, but you could pursue your career, do this, do that, and still have your husband. Back then it was just like, no, las mujeres on to get married and have children and take care of the children and that's it. And it's like, no, like there's a more in the world to that. Like, so that's why I always tell her to like, don't be just too boy crazy. It's okay to be boy crazy. We get it, but there's do what you like as well, not just what he wants or what it's supposed to be like. We're in different times, so it doesn't have to necessarily be that way unless that's what you want it to be. But
Okay.
yeah, because some women they won't have family, and I get it, and that's what family first. But then again, there's those who have like they like music or they like art or architecture or anything, and they want to pursue that. So I'm always like, pursue what you think you like. Try it out. It might be your thing. It's gonna change out through life, but do other stuff for yourself,
Okay.
and just being staying there. Don't
Got
don't
you.
just think of that.
Got you. It makes me think, what's your thoughts on like, we talk about like, the family and stuff like that. Like what's your take on, the whole family thing with the husband, wife, kids, blah blah blah. Like what's your opinion on that type of situation? What's your thoughts on it?
I mean,
Because I know it's gotta be hard as an artist.
yeah, I love family. I love family time. Like in my family or just like in general.
Just in
Like,
general, like, like your thoughts on it. Because I know it gets hard as an artist because sometimes as artists is like you have to travel a lot, you have to be away a lot, you know.
yeah. I mean, it's always family first. Of course, singing, besides it being like my passion and like what I love doing, it's still a job.
Mm-hmm.
So, when it could be bring your kid to work day, I'm gonna bring my kids.
Got you.
So if I make it work, it's gonna be events where I know I can have my children there. Let's go, vámonos. I'll bring the family. But when it's not, it is you have to like, oh, thank God I have like my family, and they're a big help with like, oh, I need a babysitter, or my kids' dads are in their lives, so there's times that they go with their dads and or things like that. But I mean, it's important to like balance it out and make it fun like together. Like my little girl, my 9-year-old, she loves to sing. She recently had her first gig. I
Okay.
had a show like 2 weekends ago at a BFW in Colton, and it was gonna be a fall fest, family friendly event. And my daughter goes to like rehearsals with us sometimes, and there's times that she's feeling it, so she's like, "Mom, put a mic up for me," and she'll backup sing for me, and she's great. And for this show, I told her, I was like, "You want to backup? You want to be my backup singer?" And she looked at me like, "For real?" And I'm like, "Yes, for
Yeah,
real."
for real, for real.
So for real. And she's like, "Okay." And she did it. She did her thing. She backup sang for me. I obviously paid her too. And
She got paid too?
yes,
Oh,
that was like your
damn.
first gig, what? Your
Damn.
first show, and she was all happy. But it's important for me, like the family balancing it, and like I said, if I could have the family there all the time, let's do it. But obviously, you can't do it all the time, so
Yeah.
that's when you kind of have to keep it business.
That
Keep
part.
it, yeah.
Yeah, because I know, I think, yeah, when you're coming, I think you're talking to your man, right? When you're
Yeah.
coming. So, like, how important is it for the your partner, or your boyfriend, your husband, ex-spouse, whatever, to kind of understand, like, this music business, this stuff that you have to do? Like, how important is that? Because, you know,
It's very important because it's hard.
yeah.
It's hard. Even with like relationships, you're around so many people, or um, somebody looked at you some way, or somebody spoke to you in a certain way. Your spouse is gonna be like, hey, hold up,
That part.
type of thing. But I mean, obviously, I get you get used to being around a lot of people and how to handle situations, and he's a big help. I always say your family's like also your team. He actually like manages the band, and
Okay.
he helps me with my gigs, certain gigs. When it comes to like the band, he's like the one handling all like if we have to take our own sound, or even with booking gigs. I used to be the one who used to book my gigs all the time, and it's so much helpful for him to be there as well to help me, especially as a woman. Sometimes people don't, they're like, I type of thing,
Yeah.
because you're a girl. That's when it's like, no, contact him,
He'll deal
reach
with
out
it.
to him. And yeah, he's like, let me be that person, because I'm nice. I'm too nice. He's like, you let people step all over you sometimes. And I mean, like I said, it's always cool to give a helping hand, but then there's times that it's like, business is business, honey. You know what I mean? So he's like, let me be the get bad guy. You just worry about
You sing.
the singing
Yeah.
and other stuff. And I love it. I love that he's a great help and he helps me. So it's family's important to in this as well. Of course, it's like your business, your job, but your family is what helps you
Yeah.
throughout everything.